Round 1, cast on an adjustable magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your thumb twice, then take the cast-on ring off your thumb. Pinch the crochet hook, pull the yarn through the cast-on ring. Chain 2. Next, work an incomplete double crochet. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. This is the first DC2 bobble stitch. We work a chain stitch. Next, continue working DC2 bobble stitches in the magic ring. Chain 1. Following this pattern, repeat a total of 8 times. After completing round 1, there will be 8 DC2 bobble stitches, and 8 chain 1 spaces. For this blanket, after completing each round, when switching colors, we always fasten off the yarn first, then use an invisible seam technique to join the beginning and end. For round 1, we first tighten the loops. When using the double magic ring, we first test which yarn is moving. Pull tight the yarn that moves first. Then slightly tighten the tail. Now our starting ring is closed. Then use a yarn needle. Complete the slip stitch to join the beginning and end. Here we use an invisible slip stitch. Locate the first bobble stitch. Skip the first stitch. At the second stitch, which is the first chain stitch, insert the hook through the segment from front to back. After pulling through, locate where the yarn tail emerges. Insert where it comes out. String it back. Now, go around again at the starting point in front. Wrap it once more. Alright, our invisible slip stitch is now complete. Finally, weave in the ends on the wrong side. The purpose of the double magic ring is to prevent the yarn tail from loosening after prolonged use. This strand serves as the tail of the double magic ring. We can also wrap the yarn around a few more times for weaving in. This ensures the cast-on area is more secure and less likely to come apart. This is what it looks like after completing the first round. Now we begin the second round. First, make a slip knot. Pre-wrap 1 round. Pick up the work piece. Start from the chain space of the first round. In each chain space of the first round, work 3 double crochets. You can also weave in the yarn tails at the same time. After completing the first set of 3 double crochets, skip 1 bobble stitch, move to the next chain space. Continue to work 3 double crochets. Complete the remaining sections on your own. After finishing, join the beginning and ending seamlessly. Use an invisible slip stitch. This is what it looks like after completing the second round. After finishing each round, it's recommended to gently stretch the fabric. This will improve the fabric's effect. Make a slip knot for the third round. Prepare your work. The third round starts from any double crochet of the second round. We are working on the second round. On top of each double crochet post, work a front post treble crochet. Each stitch is the same. Work a front post treble crochet. Complete the remaining part of this round on your own. After completing 24 front post treble crochets in the third round, Break the yarn to join seamlessly with a slip stitch. Thread the yarn onto a yarn needle. Find the first stitch. Skip the first stitch. Insert the hook into the top of the second stitch. Then find the exit point and string it back. Finally, wrap around the starting slip knot area. Wrap once more. This seamless join for beginning and ending is now complete. The yarn tail here, we can handle it after completing the 4th round. This is what the 3rd round looks like when finished. Now we begin the 4th round. The 4th round requires folding the treble crochets of the 3rd round outward. Let's find the stitch corresponding to the treble crochet. After folding the top stitch outward, it corresponds to the stitch in the 2nd round, at the base of the treble crochet. The stitch in the 2nd round that we need to fold. Crochet both stitches together. Now place the yarn tail behind the fabric piece. Hold it down. Pre-wrap the yarn around the hook once, then insert the hook through the 2 aligned stitches that were just folded. At the same time, hook the yarn tail over the top of the hook. Now pull through the yarn. There are 2 loops wrapped together on the hook. This is a starting single crochet. Count this starting single crochet as 1 stitch and 1 chain. Next, work a single crochet and a chain stitch alternately. A single crochet and a chain stitch. When we reach the alternating point, we can also weave in the yarn tail from the 3rd round. At the same time, for the 3rd round, we can insert into the made-up stitch, or make a slip knot under the made-up stitch. Insert at the starting point. Then pass through the base of the 3 treble crochets corresponding to this stitch. We'll also weave in all the yarn tails at the same time. Work a single crochet and a chain stitch together. The remaining part is for you to complete. This is the 4th round. After completing, make an invisible slip stitch. 5th round, we work into the chain space of the 4th round. To work, first, make a slip knot. Get ready. We go to any chain space of the 4th round. In the chain space, work a 3-loop puff stitch with 1 chain. This loop, 2 loops, 3 loops. Yarn over, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Then pull through the remaining 2 loops. This is the 3-loop puff stitch with 1 chain. 1 chain. Skip the single crochet and go to the next chain space. Continue working the 3-loop puff stitch with 1 chain. 1 chain. This is the pattern for the 5th round. Complete the remaining sections on your own. This is the 5th round. After completing it, it looks seamless when joined. For the 6th round, we will work in the 1 chain space of the 5th round. Start from any 1 chain space of the 5th round. First, in the first 1 chain space, work 3 single crochets. This starting single crochet counts as 1 single crochet. In the second 1 chain space, work 3 single crochets. In the third 1 chain space, work 1/2 double crochet, 1 chain, 1/2 double crochet, 1 chain, 1/2 double crochet. Every 3 1 chain spaces. This stitch combination forms a pattern. Repeat this pattern a total of 8 times. I'll demonstrate it again for everyone. First, work 3 single crochets in 1 chain space. Move to the second 1 chain space and work 3 single crochets. In the third 1 chain space, work 1/2 double crochet, 1 chain, 1/2 double crochet, 1 chain, 1/2 double crochet. This is the pattern for round 6. Please complete the remaining sections on your own. This is what it looks like after completing round 6, with an invisible join. Now we begin round 7. Round 7 starts from the 6 single crochets in the middle of round 6. Counting from the rightmost of the 6 single crochets. Start from the second single crochet. We start crocheting from this single crochet. Place the yarn tail behind, pinch it, then pre-wrap the yarn around the hook once. At the position of the second single crochet, work a back loop single crochet. Insert the hook from back to front, then pick it up from front to back. And we need to place the starting yarn tail on top of the hook's head. Now pull through the yarn. There are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through. This is the first back loop single crochet. Next, we continue to crochet 3 more back loop single crochets in sequence. Now we have completed 4 back loop single crochets. Next, we skip 1 single crochet and 1/2 double crochet. We arrive at the right side between 3 half double crochets. This 1 chain space location, we work 3 double crochets in the right side chain space. Next, on the middle half double crochet, work a front loop double crochet. Then we move to the left side between 3 half double crochets. This 1 chain space, work 3 double crochets. This is the first pattern group of round 7. We repeat this pattern a total of 8 times. Next, I'll demonstrate it again. After skipping 1/2 double crochet and 1 single crochet, we come to the 4 stitches in the middle of 6 single crochets. Work 4 back loop single crochets. After completing 4 back loop single crochets, skip 1 single crochet and 1/2 double crochet, move to between 3 half double crochets, the right side chain space, work 3 double crochets. Next, on the middle half double crochet, work a front loop double crochet. Then on the left side chain space, work 3 double crochets. Alright, the remaining part, please complete by yourself. After completing, join the beginning and ending to make an invisible slip stitch. After completing round 7, there should be a total of 8 petals. For round 8, we will work on each double crochet and the front loop double crochet from round 7. First, make a slip knot. After wrapping the yarn around once, go to any petal from round 7. Start with the first double crochet on the right side. On the first double crochet, make a front loop double crochet, 1 chain stitch. On the second double crochet, make a front loop double crochet, 1 chain stitch. Go to the third double crochet, make a front loop double crochet, 1 chain stitch. Next, on the middle front loop double crochet, make a front loop double crochet on it, 1 chain stitch. Then continue with a front loop double crochet, 1 chain stitch. This pattern On each petal, we need to make 7 front loop double crochets and 7 chain stitches. When this petal is completed, go directly to the next petal. Continue with a front loop double crochet, 1 chain stitch. Round 8. Please complete it yourself following this pattern. When completed, we still need to do an invisible slip stitch join. Connect the beginning and ending. After completing round 8, there should be a total of 56 front loop double crochets and 56 chain spaces. For round 9, we start from round 8, between the 2 fan-shaped petals. The adjacent front loop double crochets, these 2 spots, we start by making a slip knot at these 2 places. Get ready. On these 2 adjacent front loop double crochets, we work 2 front loop single crochets together. Make 2 incomplete front loop single crochets. Then yarn over and pull through 3 loops. That's 2 front loop single crochets worked together. 1 chain. Next, we'll work a fan-shaped calyx made of 5 stitches on this double crochet. First, make a single crochet, then work a front loop half double crochet, followed by 2 front loop double crochets. That forms a fan-shaped calyx. Now move to the next double crochet. Continue working. Start with a single crochet. Then work a front loop half double crochet, followed by 2 front loop double crochets. That's the second fan-shaped calyx. Once completed, move to the third front loop double crochet. Start the third fan-shaped calyx. 1 single crochet, 1 front loop half double crochet, 2 front loop double crochets. Alright, we need to make a total of 5 fan-shaped calyxes here. After completing the 5th fan-shaped calyx, chain 1. Move to the adjacent 2 front loop double crochets. Work 2 front loop single crochets together. Now we've started repeating the second group pattern. The pattern for round 9 is 2 front loop single crochets together. Chain 1. Next, make 5 fan-shaped calyxes. Then chain 1. This completes one group pattern. Please complete the remaining part of round 9 on your own. After completion, make an invisible slip stitch to join the beginning and ending. Once round 9 is fully completed, we'll use a yarn needle to make the invisible slip stitch. Here, the last stitch is a chain, so I'll demonstrate for you. Starting from the first 2 front loop single crochets together. We began with a slip knot here. Insert the hook from the left side of this slip knot. Thread 2 loops. Now, let's pull them together slightly. Return to this position. This is where the yarn tail came out earlier. Where it came out, go back in from the same spot. Since it's a chain, so we thread it back. Just 1 loop. Once threaded, we'll make a slip knot to start again. Wrap another loop on top of this one. Good, this seamless slip stitch is now complete. Next, we just need to wrap the yarn tail to the wrong side, and weave in the ends. This is what it looks like after completing round 9. Now starting round 10. Round 10 is worked after the fan calyx of round 9. There's a Ch1 space from round 8 here. We start from this spot by making a slip knot first. Pre-wrap 1 round. We come to the first place of any 5 group fan calyx. Find the Ch1 space from round 8 behind the fan calyx. In the Ch1 space, work a 4DC popcorn stitch. Note, it's a 4DC popcorn stitch. You can weave in the tail while working. First work 4 DC in the CH1 space. Pull the yarn tail loop. After taking out the hook, insert the hook into the top of the first DC, then catch the yarn loop. Pull up a chain stitch. This makes a 4 DC popcorn stitch. Next, work 1 chain stitch. Move to the CH1 space from round 8 behind the second fan calyx. Here we continue to work a 4 DC popcorn stitch. Our popcorn stitch consists of 4 DC and 1 chain stitch. This is 1 popcorn stitch. Next, work 1 more chain stitch. Now we begin repeating for the third time, behind these 5 fan calyxes. All need to work popcorn stitches. Complete this section first. After completing 5 popcorn stitches, work 1 chain stitch. Now we are on the 9th round. There is 1 single crochet 2 together here. Just this 1 stitch. Behind this stitch on the 8th round, between 2 double crochets, there is a 1 chain space. We work a single crochet in this 1 chain space. 1 chain. This is the pattern for 1 group on the 10th round. Okay, now I'll work a bit faster. Let me demonstrate the second group. After completing the first group, we move on to the next groups. 5 fan calyxes to begin crocheting. 4 DC popcorn with 1 chain. Then start crocheting the second part of this group. Pay attention to the popcorn stitch here. We work 4 double crochets, not 5 double crochets. Everyone must pay attention. First, crochet the 5th one. The 5th popcorn stitch of the second group. Then move to the 2 together. There's a chain space behind. On the 8th round, in the chain space between the double crochets, we work a single crochet, chain 1. The remaining part, please complete it following this pattern. After completing, make an invisible slip stitch to join the beginning and ending. After finishing the 10th round, there should be a total of 40 popcorn stitches. 40 popcorn stitches like this. Then there are 8 single crochets. And between the popcorn stitches and single crochets, there are 48 chain spaces like this. Now we begin the 11th round. First, make a slip knot to prepare. Then we find the right side of any 5 DC popcorn group in the previous round. The first popcorn stitch, we start by working a front post half double crochet on the first popcorn stitch. Then in the next chain space, work 2 half double crochets. This is 1 group. We need to repeat this 4 times in total. Next, I'll demonstrate the second repetition. First, work a front post half double crochet on the popcorn stitch. Work a front post half double crochet on the popcorn stitch. In the chain space to the left of the popcorn stitch, work 2 half double crochets. Please repeat this until the area to the left of the 4th popcorn stitch. After completing 4 groups, next we need to work a cluster stitch. This cluster stitch needs to be worked across rows. First, on the 5th popcorn stitch, Work an incomplete front post double crochet. Next, cross rows to the 9th rounds. Slip stitch decrease single crochet. Pull it upwards slightly. Work a triple crochet incomplete stitch. On the single crochet. This is the first one. Next, we need to work a second triple crochet incomplete stitch on the same stitch. Now we will combine these 3 stitches into one. Chain 3. Next, we still need to work a 3-stitch decrease. This 3-stitch decrease, first, is on the slip stitch decrease single crochet of the 9th round. Work 2 triple crochet incomplete stitches. This is the first triple crochet incomplete stitch. Now work the second triple crochet incomplete stitch. Next, we move to the next group. On the first popcorn stitch of the popcorn group, work an incomplete front post half double crochet. It looks like this. Then yarn over and pull through all loops. This is the second 3-stitch decrease. Next, in one chain space, work 2 half double crochets. Then on the next popcorn stitch, work a front post half double crochet. Repeat this pattern 4 times. Work 2 half double crochets in one chain space. On the popcorn stitch to the left of the chain space, work a front post half double crochet. Repeat this 4 times total. 4 repeats are done. Next, work 1 half double crochet in a chain space. Work a front post half double crochet on the single crochet. In the next chain space, work 1 half double crochet. This is the pattern for the 11th round. For the remaining sections, repeat 3 more times. Please refer to the video or pattern chart to complete it. After finishing the 11th round, do an invisible join. Then for the 11th round, we'll form these 3 chain petal-like spaces totaling 4. Now we begin the 12th round. Start with a slip knot, and get ready. Locate the 3 chain space formed at the corner in the previous round. On the right side of this DC3 together, work a back loop single crochet. Chain 2. Then in the 3 chain space, work a DC3 bobble stitch. You can also weave in the yarn tail at the same time. Chain 2. Then work a treble crochet bobble stitch, which is made by joining 3 treble crochets together in one stitch. A bobble stitch. Chain 2. Finally, in the 3 chain space above, work a DC3 bobble stitch. Chain 2. Move to the previous round. On the DC3 together to the left of the 3 chain space, we work a front post single crochet. Then work back post single crochets on the next 12 stitches, which means work 12 back post single crochets. We're working into the post of the stitch. When working back post single crochets, please pay attention not to make them too tight. Okay, we've worked 3 back post single crochets now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After completing 12 back post single crochets, skip 1 stitch on the front post single crochet from the previous round. We work a group of stitches, 1 front post double crochet, chain 1, then work a second front post double crochet, chain 1, then work a third front post double crochet, then skip the next stitch. Work 12 back post single crochets in the next 12 stitches. Skip this stitch, we begin. Work 12 back post single crochets on the post. Now complete the first, second, third, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the pattern for round 12. Please follow the pattern I just demonstrated. Refer to the chart to complete the remaining part of round 12. We need to follow the pattern I demonstrated earlier. Repeat it a total of 4 times. Now we begin. Round 13 starts from the corner of round 12, the front post single crochet on the right side. First make a slip knot. Get ready. Come to the front post single crochet, on the right side of the corner from the previous round, work a double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Meanwhile, we need to weave the starting tail into the stitches. Next, at the corner of the previous round, work a back post single crochet on the bobble stitch on the right side. Chain 2, at the middle of the corner of the previous round. On the large bobble stitch, which is a treble crochet 3 together bobble stitch. Work a back post single crochet, chain 2. Come to the left side, work a back post single crochet on the triple crochet 3 together bobble stitch. Next, on the front post single crochet on the left side. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Double crochet. Skip 2 stitches. Work 8 back post single crochets in these skipped stitches. For these back post single crochets, we work them into the top. Loops only. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip 2 stitches. Come to the triple double crochets with 2 chains from the previous round. We need to work on both sides of these triple double crochets. To crochet, first, work a triple crochet bobble stitch on the right side of the first double crochet. Chain 1, then come to the chain space between the first and second double crochets, work a triple crochet bobble stitch. Chain 1 now, come to the chain space between the second and third double crochets, work a triple crochet bobble stitch. Finally come to the position on the left side of the third double crochet, work a triple crochet bobble stitch. Skip 2 stitches. Pay attention, skip the first and second stitches. Start from the third stitch. Work 8 inner single crochets. After completing 8 inner single crochets, finally skip 2 more stitches. This is the pattern for the 13th round. First start from the outer single crochet, on the last side of the corner from the previous round. Work a double crochet on this outer single crochet. Double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Then on the bobble stitch at the far right side of the corner. Work an inner single crochet, chain 2. On the bobble stitch in the middle of the corner, work an inner single crochet, chain 2. Now come to the bobble stitch on the left side, work an inner single crochet. Next, on the outer single crochet on the left side, work 3 double crochets with a single crochet interval between them to form a flower pattern. Then skip 2 stitches. On these 2 stitches, work 8 inner single crochets. After completing the 8 inner single crochets, skip another 2 stitches. Come to the space on the right side of the 3 double crochets, work a DC3 bobble. Come between the first and second double crochets, work a bobble stitch. Chain 1, then come between the second and third double crochets, work a bobble stitch. Finally, come to the space on the left side of the third double crochet, work a bobble stitch. Then skip 2 stitches. Skip these 2 stitches. Work 8 inner single crochets. After completing the 8 inner single crochets, skip the last 2 stitches. Now come to the right side of the second corner. On this outer single crochet, we can start repeating the second pattern group from here. Round 13. Following the pattern I just explained. Repeat a total of 4 times. Please complete the remaining sections yourself. Now we begin round 14. Round 14 starts from the middle of each side of round 13. These 4 adjacent bobble stitches. Make a slip knot and get ready. We start at the rightmost one, which is the first bobble stitch. Work an outer single crochet. Work a single crochet in the chain space. And remember to weave the yarn tail into the stitches. Work an outer single crochet on the second bobble stitch. Work a single crochet in the chain space between the second and third bobble stitches. Work an outer single crochet on the third bobble stitch. Work a single crochet in the next chain space. Then work 1 more outer single crochet. Next work 6 half double crochets. After completing 6 half double crochets, chain 1. Skip the next 2 outer single crochets and 1 double crochet. Work in the chain space behind the double crochet. Work a 3 loop puff stitch with chain 1 in this chain space. Chain 1, then work another 3 loop puff stitch with chain 1. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, move to the next chain space, continue working 3 loop puff stitch with chain 1. This is the first one, chain 1 then work the second 3 loop puff stitch. chain 1. Finally work one more chain stitch. Next work an outer double crochet on the inner single crochet from the previous round at the corner tip. On the top of the single crochet, insert the hook at this position. Work 3 double crochets. Then finally work an outer double crochet on the inner single crochet from the previous round. This is how the corner tip top looks. Skip these 2 stitches. We work a puff stitch in the chain 1 space. Puff stitch, which is a 3-loop puff stitch with chain 1. Chain 1. Puff stitch. Chain 1, skip the double crochet and go to the next chain 1 space to work a 3-loop puff stitch. Chain 1, then work another 3-loop puff stitch. Chain 1. Skip 3 stitches, which are this double crochet and 2 inner single crochets. Next work 6 half double crochets. This is a group pattern for round 14. Round 14, this pattern needs to be repeated 4 times in total. Okay, let me explain it again. Starting from the 4 connected bobble stitches in round 13. Work outer single crochet on the bobble stitch. Outer single crochet. Outer single crochet and outer single crochet. Next we work 6 half double crochets. Chain 1. Then we work in this chain 1 space to work a puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1, in the next chain 1 space, puff stitch, chain 1. Puff stitch, chain 1, then at the pointed top corner, work an outer double crochet, 3 double crochets, 1 outer double crochet. Next are 4 puff stitches, to be worked in the 2 chain 1 spaces of the previous round, then these 4 puff stitches have 1 chain 1 space on each side, total of 5. Next work 6 half double crochets. Done. The remaining part please complete by yourself. Now we start round 15. From the puff stitch on the right side of the corner in round 14. Starting from this point, after preparing the yarn tail, place it behind. Work a single crochet at the top of the puff stitch. Yarn over first, then insert the hook wrapping the yarn tail. Pull the yarn through. Now there are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. This is a standard beginning single crochet. This beginning single crochet counts as 1 stitch. Next work a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Work a single crochet on top of the puff stitch. Follow this pattern. In total, we need to work 7 single crochets at the puff stitch position. We need to work 7 single crochets. Specifically, work single crochets at the top of the puff stitch, and in the chain 1 space between puff stitches. After completing 7 single crochets, chain 1, skip this front post double crochet, at the top of the corner. Work puff stitches on these 3 double crochets one by one. Work 2 puff stitches on the first double crochet. For these puff stitches, we're making 2-step puff stitches with 3 yarn overs. Complete the first one, then work the second one. 3 yarn overs. Chain 1, that's a 2-step puff stitch. Next, on the middle double crochet, work 3 2-step puff stitches. Next, on the leftmost, which is the top of the third double crochet, we work 2 puff stitches. Working 2-step puff stitches with 3 yarn overs. Chain 1, skip the front post double crochet and the chain 1 space. We work 7 single crochets on the puff stitch groups. Working into the chain 1 space between the puff stitches. After completing 7 single crochets, skip 2 stitches, skip the chain 1 space and 1/2 double crochet. On the next 4 stitches, work 4 front post single crochets. After completing 4 front post single crochets, chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Work corresponding puff stitches on the next stitches, total 7 puff stitches. These puff stitches, we work regular puff stitches. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. After completing 7 puff stitches, chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Next, work 4 front post single crochets. Chain 1, skip 2 stitches, the half double crochet and the chain 1 space. Now begin repeating the pattern group. This round follows the pattern I just demonstrated. Repeat it 4 times total. The remaining parts are for you to complete on your own. For round 16, we need to work alternately on rounds 14 and 15. Alternating between them. The starting position for round 16 is on the first single crochet of the 7 single crochet group at the rightmost corner. Start by placing the yarn to the back. Work a single crochet in the first stitch of the 7 single crochet group from round 15. Then on this puff stitch from round 14, work a DC2 puff bobble stitch with 2 front post double crochets. First make 2 incomplete front post double crochets. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 1 time. Next, on the next puff stitch from round 14, we work a DC2 puff bobble stitch with 2 front post double crochets. Work a DC2 puff bobble stitch with 2 front post double crochets on the third puff stitch of round 14. The fourth one is the same. Then work a single crochet in the last stitch of the 7 single crochet group from round 15. Next, work a front post treble crochet on this front post double crochet from round 14. Next, work V-stitches with front post double crochets and chains on the 7 puff stitches at the corner of round 15, using front post double crochet and chain stitch to form V-stitch pattern. Let me demonstrate. First, work a front post double crochet on the first puff stitch, a chain stitch. Next, on the current puff stitch, make an incomplete front post double crochet, then an incomplete front post double crochet on the next puff stitch, yarn over and pull through to complete DC2 tog, then a chain stitch. Then repeat the previous stitch pattern 3 times. Work an incomplete front post double crochet on the current puff stitch. Work an incomplete front post double crochet on the next stitch, then DC2 tog, a chain stitch. Continue, work DC2 tog with front post double crochets on the current and next puff stitch, a chain stitch, then another chain stitch. This makes 2 chain stitches. Next, on the current and next puff stitch, repeat the pattern of DC2 tog with front post double crochets and 1 chain stitch 3 times. First, on the current, work an incomplete front post double crochet on the next puff stitch. Work an incomplete front post double crochet, then DC2 tog, a chain stitch. Continue. After repeating this pattern 3 times, reach the last puff stitch position, which is the 7th puff stitch position, a chain stitch. Finally, work a front post double crochet on the 7th puff stitch. Let's take a look. At the corner, each of the 7 puff stitches has a V-stitch. Where the 4th V-stitch is a 2 chain space. This is the corner position after completing round 16. Okay, continue. Now we need to work a front post treble crochet on the front post double crochet from round 14. Then work a single crochet on the first single crochet of the 7 single crochet group from round 15. Work 2 front post treble crochets together on the puff stitch from round 14 corresponding to the 7 single crochet group. Repeat 4 times, first time. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. Next, work a single crochet on the last stitch of the 7 single crochet group, which is the 7th single crochet from round 15, then work on the previous round. 4 front post single crochets. Work 4 front post half double crochets. The front post half double crochets here don't work too tight. Then we come to the edge. On these 7 regular puff stitches. On these 7 regular puff stitches. We work 7 front post single crochets. The front post single crochets here don't work too loose either. Next, on these 7 regular puff stitches, work 7 front post single crochets. The tension of the 7 front post single crochets should be just right, don't work too tight. After completing the 7 front post single crochets on the previous round's front post single crochets, work 4 front post half double crochets. That's the pattern for edging round 16. Please follow this pattern according to your chart. Complete the remaining part of round 16. The remaining part, just repeat the same pattern 3 more times. Now we start round 17. Round 17 will be worked alternately on rounds 15 and 16, alternating to create the edging. Starting from the first chain space on the right side of the corner in round 16. Hold the yarn tail behind. After wrapping the yarn twice on the hook, thread it through the chain space. Place the yarn tail on top of the hook. Pull through the yarn. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull through 2 loops at a time to complete the first double crochet. Count this beginning double crochet as 1 stitch. Next, continue working 2 double crochets in the first chain space. Crochet 2 double crochets. Total of 3 double crochets in the chain space. Next, work 2 double crochets in the next chain space, and 2 double crochets in the third chain space on the right. We also crochet 2 double crochets. Now we come to the middle 2 chain space, which is the corner 2 chain space. Here we work 2 double crochets. 2 chains, 2 double crochets. Now we come to the first chain space on the right side of the corner. We work 2 double crochets in it. In the second chain space, we work 2 double crochets. Then, in the third chain space on the left side of the corner, we work 3 double crochets. Chain 1. Now we need to pass through 16 rounds. The gap between these 2 clusters. Come to the second single crochet of the 15th round, work a double crochet. We come to the position of the second gap. Pass through the gap between the double crochets of the 16th round. Come to the fourth single crochet of the 15th round, work a double crochet. Then in the third gap, we work on the 6th single crochet of the 15th round. Work a double crochet. Chain 1. Next we work 4 front post half double crochets. Next work 7 back post single crochets. After completing 7 back post single crochets, work 4 front post half double crochets. Chain 1. Now we need to work on the single crochet of the 15th round, while we need to pass through the 16th round. The gap between these 4 clusters. Work a double crochet. Total of 3 double crochets need to be worked. When working them we need to wrap around. This way. Wrap around the gap between the double crochets of the 16th round, then work a chain stitch. Now the edging pattern for round 17 has been demonstrated. For the remaining sections, please repeat the pattern we just demonstrated 4 more times. Now we begin round 18. Starting from the 2 chain space at the corner of round 17. Hold the yarn at the back, we work a yarn over. Thread through the 2 chain space. Place the yarn tail on top of the hook. Pull through with yarn over and pull through 2 loops. This is the first beginning single crochet, which counts as 1 stitch. We work 2 single crochets in the 2 chain space at the corner. 2 chains, 2 single crochets. Next we work continuously 9 front loop half double crochets. After completing 9 front loop half double crochets, we work on the back loop of round 17. Work a back loop double crochet on the back loop treble crochet of round 16. Remember to yarn over first. Work behind round 17. Work into the back loop treble crochet of round 16. Work a back loop double crochet. Next we work on the back loop of round 17. On the cluster of round 16, we work 4 double crochets. Work into each stitch in sequence. Work on the back loop of round 17. Then on the single crochet of round 16, where the hook is pointing, we work a half double crochet, work a half double crochet right where the hook is pointing. Next on round 17. Work 15 front loop half double crochets in a row. After completing 15 front loop half double crochets, next we work on round 16, using the same color yarn, but working behind round 17. First work a half double crochet on the single crochet of round 16. Work a half double crochet on the single crochet of round 16. Work 4 double crochets on the 4 clusters of round 16. Next, we work a back loop treble crochet on the back loop treble crochet of round 16. When inserting the hook, insert behind the chain stitches of round 17. Pick up like this. Work a back loop double crochet. Then work 9 front loop half double crochets in a row, continuously. This is the pattern for edging round 18. Starting from the corner, continue crocheting along the edging. After finishing the edging, this group's pattern is completed. For the remaining 3 groups, please follow the pattern I just demonstrated, and complete the stitch techniques shown on the chart. Round 19, starting from the single crochet on the left side of the 2 chain stitches at the corner of round 18. We start from the first single crochet on the left side of the 2 chain stitches. Work 1 by 1, work 10 front loop single crochets. While crocheting, we can weave in the yarn tails at the same time. When working these 10 front loop single crochets, remember not to crochet too tightly, because front loop stitches tend to pull the yarn tight. Now we've completed 5 front loop single crochets. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 chain stitch. Then skip 2 stitches. On the 3rd stitch, work a front loop slanted puff stitch. First, work a front loop incomplete double crochet. After skipping 2 stitches, work a front loop incomplete double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Next, we need to work 3 loop puff on the double crochet post. Work 3 loop puff. Slanted. 2 loops. 3 loops. Then yarn over and pull through all loops. That's a front loop slanted puff stitch. Chain 1. Then skip 1 stitch and work on the next stitch. Work another front loop slanted puff stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, continue with front loop slanted puff stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, continue. Already worked 4, we need to work a total of 5 front loop slanted puff stitches. Continue with the 5th, which is the last one on this side. After completing the 5th front loop slanted puff stitch, chain 1. Then skip 1 stitch. Work 5 front loop single crochets. Don't work too tight. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Continue with front loop slanted puff stitch. This side also needs 5 front loop slanted puff stitches. With a chain 1 space between each of the 5 front loop slanted puff stitches. Skip 1 stitch, continue working. Already completed 2. Now we start the 3rd one. The 4th one. The 5th one. After completing the 5th one, chain 2. Then skip 2 stitches. Next work 10 front loop single crochets. All front loop single crochet areas. Don't work too tight, because this stitch technique tends to be too tight. Only 3 left. After completing 10 front loop single crochets, chain 2, then we can start crocheting the edging for the next side. That's what I've explained to everyone. The pattern for the edging of round 19. For the remaining parts, please complete them by yourself. Now we're approaching the end of round 19. Finally work 2 chains. After completing, slip stitch to the first stitch of round 19. Next we continue to start the edging for round 20. Chain 1 to begin. The beginning chain does not count as a stitch. Next, We work 10 front post single crochets evenly. When working front post single crochets, don't crochet too tight, because this stitch technique tends to pull the yarn tight. After completing 10 front post single crochets, work a single crochet in the next chain space. Work front post single crochets on the diagonal puff stitches. Repeat this pattern 5 times total, all chain spaces work single crochets. Then work front post single crochets on the diagonal puff stitches. After repeating 5 times, at the leftmost part of this group of diagonal puff stitches, there's still one chain space, work a single crochet here. Next on the following 5 back post single crochets. Continue to work 5 front post single crochets. Next, we come to another 5 diagonal puff stitches, still work a single crochet in the chain space. Work front post single crochets on the diagonal puff stitches. After completing 5 groups, work a single crochet in the left chain space. Next on the following 10 back post single crochets, work 10 front post single crochets. After completing 10 front post single crochets, this is round 20. The pattern for the edge, this edge, has a total of 47 stitches. At the corner, we work 2 chains. Then follow the pattern I just explained. And repeat 3 more times. Please complete the remaining part by yourself.